We're going to get the pizza oven started up. So I have my starter on top of a bed of pellets. I'm just going to go ahead and light this from a couple sides. And just make sure it's started and feed it in. Made sure my stack is open on it just so it gets airflow through there. And you can see in here that it is lighting up, and that will get those coals started. As the pellets get started, I'll feed the hopper here with more pellets, just so there's plenty to keep that temperature up. You can still see it's getting lit in there, and so we really want to have the entire starter burn all the way down so it's not getting any chemical smell or plasticky smell when we cook the pizza.
A few minutes later.
Okay, we're going to check on the pizza maker. You can see the flames pretty good. The pellets are well lit. So we're just going to check our temperature. So our temperature is getting up in the 700s. So we're going to give it a few more minutes to ideally get between 650 to 800 and then start getting our pizza on. All right, so we're going to make our dough now. We have our dough ball. I have lightly floured my pan, and I'm just going to shape this with my hands so that it gets nice and round on here. Kind of shape out an outline of the crust on it, and sprinkle a little bit of flour on it. And we don't have to roll it too much because we don't want these to be too big. I'm just going to go a couple times one way, and then I'm going to turn it 90 degrees and just kind of roll lightly. You don't have to push down too hard. Then I'm going to just shape it with my hands like this. Let me flour my wooden peel just a little bit so it doesn't stick. Just need to lightly do that. And then I'm just going to place this on here. Towards the end. All right. So one of the things I like to do is just to use a fork, go around. This will just reduce some of the air bubbles. And then I'm going to take the sauce we made, just pour a bit in the center. And when saucing it, you just want to lightly start from the center and go out to the edges. If you get tracks in it, it means you're pushing down too hard. You can fix it just by lightly going over it with less force. And you'll kind of get used to how much you need for each one, but normally I just do a little bit of glob in the center. You want to start lighter because you can always add more if someone likes more or less sauce on their pizza. When it comes to cheese, having teenage kids, they generally don't like fresh mozzarella. And so sometimes we've gone out and cut up sliced fresh mozzarella to be traditional and much more true to the style. But we just use any mozzarella when we're normally making it for family pizza night. I'm going to put some fresh basil on, And lately, like if I'm normally making an oven pizza, I normally do a layer of cheese on the top. With the pizza oven, I normally like it to really crisp up the toppings. And so I normally don't do any cheese on the top of my toppings that I put on. So I'm just going to put around some basil. We like these little cup pepperonis. Do a little more basil. And it's all ready to go. So I'm going to first check the temperature. I can see it's in the 800s now. If you check that. And so all I'm going to do is take this all the way back and just flick it off like that. And I'm going to let this, I'm going to count up to 30 seconds and then I'll change positions in it. I'm going to do it for, after each turn, I'm going to do it for 20 additional seconds. One more turn. That consistency. So 30 seconds for the first side, and then 20 seconds for each additional side in there, so that you get a good, consistent golden brown crust. Fix a couple of our pepperonis that got shaken off. See the consistent golden brown, consistent crust all the way through. All set to serve.